Don't know what it is. The thing that was so unnerving was that I knew that it was really close to me. There was such a prolonged amount of noise. I can feel when I watch that video the frustration that Dave had. Oh my god!
Fuck off!
It's just so loud and there was so much energy going on. I did not know what I was coming downstairs to. We are back and welcome back to our channel, everybody, and happy Wednesday one and all, if that's the day you're watching this, of course. Thank you for joining us again for yet another video, and I am flying solo today. I'm trying to get more into this now and kind of push myself back into like making this sort of old hat again, you know. So it's so good to see you. Today's video, I thought I would do my version of what Ben did, which is his top 5 scariest experiences with Dave and Andy, our poltergeists. So I thought I'd do my own version of that and share with you kind of my opinion and feelings in those moments and all of that sort of thing. But before we get into that video, I would love to invite you to like this video, subscribe to the channel so that you can see more content like this. I would love it if you could tickle Ben's little bell. If you do that, you will get notifications on your devices that tells you when we've uploaded. So if you are interested in becoming a member, there's a link in the description of this video and it will tell you all about it, and you can become one of our amazing bloody legends, as Ben likes to call you, and I do too, of course. You'll get extra perks and a few extra videos and all of that sort of thing, and we'd love to see you become a member if you wanted to. And finally, if you're interested in our merch, that's also in the description bar. Yeah, I think that's all the housekeeping done. So without further ado, get yourself a brew, turn off the lights, and let's get into the video. So before we go any further, I will say that you might have seen some of this footage already. I know that triggers some people. You all get annoyed if we repeat things, but that's just the videos that I've chosen and my experiences that I've chosen. So if this isn't for you, of course, don't get angry with us, but you can move on. The first video that I wanted to talk about was the video of my hair moving, and here it is. I just need to talk to something. I'm freaking out a little bit. So I've been lay here having a nap because Ben's at work. That's not why I had a nap, but Ben's at work. And I was woken up to like a sound right in my ear, really loud, and don't know what it is. The fuck. So just to quickly explain, I had been having a little nap over there on the sofa, and the door was open, the back door was open. It was a nice sunny day, and I was just chilling, living my best life. You know how it is. And then I was woken to like a hissing sound in my ear that just made me startle awake. So obviously I knew I was in the house on my own, and when you're fast asleep and you get startled awake, you instantly think like, what the hell's going on? I looked around the room thinking, has something come in the house? Like, I don't know what it could have been, but I knew the back door was open. And so I was kind of like trying to logically understand what had happened. Couldn't find any reason for something hissing in my ear. And I'm pretty sure we didn't have our cats Loki and Boo at that point either. I'm pretty sure about that. So I don't even think that would have crossed my mind. Couldn't find a logical explanation for it, but still, you know when you have a nap and you kind of wake up and you're rebooting and your body's kind of like trying to catch up and your brain's still like sleeping and all that sort of thing. So I was pretty scared because it was very close, it was very real, definitely happened, and it was right in my ear. So I was like, please don't let this be our spook. Please don't let this be the spirit in the house. That's very close. It's very uncomfortable. And I know I'm by myself, which is a bit unnerving. Picked up my phone. I'd actually tried to call Ben, but he wasn't able to answer because he was teaching at the time, I think, or running a sports camp. And so he didn't answer. So because I had my phone on me in my hand anyway, I just picked it up and started talking to the camera, which is what you see. And then obviously my hair ends up like, not that much. God, that stop being so dramatic. My head just kind of like moved at the front here. So what I didn't realise until I'd watched it back was that actually it had moved twice. So the first time, I think I was looking over here or over here, and I hadn't realised that it had moved. And it was almost like Dave wasn't quite satisfied with that. So it was like he'd waited till I was looking at the camera where I could see myself, and then he moved it again. So instantly I'm shocked, and then I turn to show everybody that there's nobody around me. How could this have happened? The thing that scared me most about that, or not scared me, but it kind of like put the willies up me. Not anymore. We've just had a kid. Sorry, Ben. That cracked me up. Oh, get a life. Grow up, Lainey. The thing that gave me, like, that was so unnerving was that I knew that it was really close to me. And I think at this point, I hadn't really learned about setting boundaries with our spirits, or, you know, really ensuring that whatever was around us, we were protected. And so it was one of those moments where I felt quite out of control and a little bit uncomfortable. So instantly I shared it online. Anyway, that's that video. What do you think? Have you ever experienced anything like that? Let me know. So before I say any more, here's the next video. It's Sunday morning. Hang on, I need to calm down.
Oh, so do I.
I thought we were being burgled.
So did I.
It's worse.
I'd rather be burgled.
Me too. Sunday morning, we were just chilling out upstairs in bed, and we just heard loads of noise. Oh look, there's a fork on the floor.
Oh, no, look at the state of the place.
And this is what we come down to.
Look, the cupboard's in an absolute fucking shit state.
Hang on, I'm just gonna... Oh my god. Did you see that? Oh my god!
Fuck off!
Ben, I'm getting out of here. So you can tell by how kind of like uppity Ben and I are in that moment. Uppity is such a good word, isn't it? Uppity. Comment below what your favourite word is. Mine's anti-disestablishmentarianism, because it's just a really fucking long word. Anyway, Ben and I, you can tell we're quite unnerved by what we'd experienced or what we'd heard. What had happened was we had woken up, it was a Sunday morning, we were chilling out. I'm sure you can tell we've already said this, but we were just relaxing, having a cuddle, watching TV, something on the telly, and we truly thought that we were being burgled, or that the house was being like ransacked, because there was such a prolonged amount of noise, and we could hear things almost. There'd be like a moment of silence, and then something would land, or something would move, or, you know, just a whole ruckus. And we were sat there on the bed, 2 floors up, just like glaring at each other, thinking, what the hell is going on? Someone's got into the house. Now, what I will say is this video we shared, God, must have been in 2020, was when we were first starting to really share things online and try and catch as much as we can. So you can tell we're a little bit, you know, a little bit rusty. As if that wasn't scary enough, what we'd explained and all of that, or what we'd shown and all of that. What was really weird was that, and looking back, I see it now, I can feel when I watch that video the frustration that Dave had, because we were trying to not really acknowledge him too much, or if at all, because we were not really sure what was going on and or how to cope with and deal with a situation like that. Looking back as a person who lived in that situation, I could feel, like, I remember feeling that sort of tension. So Dave was obviously full of, there's knocks. Can you hear the knocking? Dave's answering. Yeah, looking back, I remember, and I'm like taken back when I watched that video about the like frustration that was going on with, and like that sort of like raised level of energy that we could feel in the house. The thing about that, the reason why I've chosen this particular video was because I was feeling brave and sort of relieved when I came downstairs to say that we weren't being burgled. And I had walked in, I was recording, and I'd walked into the kitchen, and when I turned around and that chair moved, again, it was almost like a really too close for comfort sort of feeling. And also, like, the thing that gave me a fright was the noise of the chair dragging on the floor, but also like how close it was to me, and how out of control I remember feeling in that moment, which looking back now, I've definitely become quite hardened and desensitized to it. But yeah, that was another one of my more scarier moments, you know, frightening moments, because I was actually more afraid of what living might have been doing to the house. Then I was relieved, and then I was fucking scared out my fucking mind afterwards. Now, one thing I will say is that you'll notice that we were laughing, or at least I was laughing. That was a nervous laugh. That was our kind of way of trying to cope with what we were experiencing in the house, was to just use humour. And a lot of people were very skeptical about that, which I understand. But for us, it was just like we were just trying to keep ourselves from not going fucking crazy. So now we're just like, thanks Dave, you little shit. But back then we were like, this is weird. You know, like, oh, what a weird life we live. We're a couple of fucking weirdos with a haunting. So yeah, that was that. Okay, the third video is a video that it's obviously, okay, hang on. If you want to come down, Dave, and join me, you'd be welcome to, instead of banging upstairs. Okay, this next video, my third video that I want to share, is actually in two parts. So here it is. Everyone, so in a moment I'm going to share a clip with you. It's going to have to be over two parts because it's longer than 1 minute long. But basically, we were making a video for our YouTube channel and caught some crazy noises and some weird things that went on. And all I want to say is to all you people who are constantly saying, ignore what's going on in your house, you're just fueling it. This is what happens when we ignore it. Enjoy. Oh, that was the chair. That was the chair downstairs.
That's actually some ruckus.
I'm trying to think what we're going down to now. Anyway, no, continue. We're not doing that.
Right.
Everyone's like, don't give it your attention. So we're going to continue.
Damage control. Anyway, we could hear the tap turn in the bathroom, and then you can hear the water running. So we were like, what on earth? So as we're getting out of bed, we can hear like So this was the fallout from that chaos. Like the chair in the middle of the room clearly shouldn't be there.
I could hear the chair though. I could hear the like.
Yeah, and then, but what was the banging? Because that was massively loud.
I think it must have been the drawers, the doors, or I think it must have been.
Are we able to? What about the drawers, maybe?
Oh,
it was a bit louder than that, wasn't it? Yeah, that kind of replicates it, doesn't it? Oh, might have been that as well, actually.
My ears.
Did you have to be so brutal with it?
Sorry.
But
this light's on as well. You can see we were recording a video for our YouTube channel in this moment, and the reason I've chosen this video is because it was just so loud, and there was so much energy going on. Again, it was all revolving around the kitchen. I don't know why. Maybe it's the flooring, because it was tile flooring. Maybe, I don't know. But it was just a really explosive moment. And and it still amazes me now. What I remember thinking was, it started off like do 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 do, and then it just was like boom 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 boom. You know, like that sort of like really explosive energy, and that almost felt angry. And you can see it on my face. I like turn and I'm like looking at Ben. I'm like, we're kind of frozen stiff. Can you hear that knocking? And I think, again, because it's such a, because it was so, there was so much going on and there was so much energy involved in that, it really did frighten me. I did not know what I was coming downstairs to in that moment either, which is really quite scary. But I think a lot of these videos that I've chosen are, I'm so put off by his knocking. A lot of the videos that I've chosen are kind of like going back to the time where we knew a lot less about our situation, and so there was a much larger fear factor, and I think like ignorance was not bliss in those moments, and you can tell by the looks on our faces. So I'm on my work lunch break. I'm sat in my car. I've just checked my notifications on my phone because I can't have my phone in work. And there's been a notification, or a couple, from our home security camera, and there's some footage that I've just seen that you got to see it. Okay, so this next clip is short but sweet, and I specifically chose it because, one, I loved that we caught stuff out of when we weren't in the house, and two, it was the first thing that we caught on our home security. I think it was, oh, if it wasn't the first, it was one of the first. Oh, itchy nose again. Which was really exciting. It wasn't until I looked at the video that I thought it was pretty scary and a bit weird and a bit terrifying. But you can see how excited I am about it, probably because I'm not in the house. What I love about this video is it's as if he's just going about his daily business. He's made himself something to eat. He's just opened the cutlery drawer to get himself some cutlery, and then he's pulled a chair out because he wants to go and sit down. Now, this is not one of the most scariest videos, I understand that, but it was a real important step for us in documenting and sharing with you our experiences and our situation, because for the first time we were able to show, and even for ourselves, see the things that we would have missed. We would have probably come home and seen that the chair was pulled out and that the drawer was open, and wondered if maybe we'd left it or if it was the spirit in our house, Dave, but there would have been no way of proving it until then. So it was just a really, really exciting and quite a pivotal time for us. At the same time, really fucking shit and really fucking scary, because that's where the knives live and, you know, other sharp implements. But yeah, I know that's short and sweet, but I wanted to include that one anyway. And then finally, this isn't actually a video clip, but it's something I really wanted to include because I found it really exciting. I opened up one of our direct messages a few days ago, and it was one of the ones that, it was a message request, so we get hundreds of them. I just so happened to just click on the first one, and it was I don't know if I should say this person's name, so just in case I won't, but if you are watching and you know it was you, just give us a little wave if you do want us to know, so we can, that it was you, so people can see. It was a lady who'd got in touch, and basically she said, "Hey guys, I'm relatively new to your channel and I'm now hooked," which is such a lovely thing to say. "I've been going back through your older vlogs on YouTube, and I'm not sure if this has ever been suggested before, but on your spirit box session titled Gender Revealed, Ben hears the word Apollo from the spirit box and Lainey replies with, 'What does that even mean?' This occurs at 16:47 in the recording. I'm really impressed by this. What do you think? What do you guys think? Have a wonderful evening." Okay, so what I'm going to say is I literally went as quickly as I could. I found the video. Thanks, Dave. It's knocking. I found the video and I had a look, and here it is. Can you say the name of my mom?
It's hard.
I know. What does that even mean? So, as you can tell, it's more of a whisper, like an Apollo. And also, there's a little bit of a delay between what Ben hears and what he says. But what freaks me out about this is we were very early on in our pregnancy. I'm not even sure we even knew what we were having at that point. I must have only been about 2 or 3 months pregnant. we just recently told you guys that we were pregnant and all of that. And at that point, we didn't have a single name picked out. We were toying with some names, but felt like we had forever before we chose. And really nothing was planned. So what freaks me out about this is that you probably already know that it was a spirit box session that alluded and kind of told us that we were pregnant. Alluded to and told us that we were pregnant. Which then was confirmed a few days later by us. So we didn't really take that video too seriously. It wasn't until hindsight that we were like, oh my god, the spirit box session told us we were pregnant. That was really weird. And then this video happened 10, 11 months ago. Apollo's 8 weeks old now. So this must be 11 months ago that we did this session. Now we do so much stuff. We do a lot of experimenting and we do a lot of kind of investigating, and there's so much that we forget we've even said and done in the past. And so what was really interesting for us was that this lady so kindly sent us this message to tell us something we'd completely forgotten about. And the fact that it said our baby's name, and that name was so irrelevant to me in that moment. I was so oblivious, you can say. That's a bit scary and a bit freaky. And I really kind of like it as well, guys. So, can you remember that video? Have you found any other sort of like parallels that we aren't aware of? If so, please let us know. But I kind of love it. Spirit was telling us that our baby was going to be called Apollo. That's what I think. Before we even knew, had even considered or thought or come across the name to remind us of the name anything to remind us of the name Apollo. So I really just wanted to throw that in at the end of the video. It was really fucking cool. I loved it. It puts a smile on my face, actually. It's almost like it was already a done thing, but we didn't know it. What do you guys think? Let me know. Alright guys, so that concludes today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed hearing my stories. If I blabbed on too much, sorry, that's just me. I really appreciate it if you got this far, and I would also really appreciate it if you could give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you do want to see more of our content, hit like and subscribe. Tickle a little bell and you'll be notified. If you subscribe, you'll be able to be notified whenever we do If you tickle the bell, you will be notified every time we upload a video or do a live or any sort of interaction on YouTube, which if you enjoy what we do, that would probably be quite handy, don't you think? Come and find us on our social medias. It's at Lainey and Ben across all social media platforms. It's a good time over there. We like to just show you a little bit more of our lives beyond the spooky booky shit. And if you're interested in any of our merch, it will be linked below. Also, if you want to become a member, you'll get an extra video each week. You'll get some extra perks, and you'll be part of a little bit of a more closed off and a close-knit group. We'd love for you to do that, so that will also be linked in the description. All that's left to say now, guys, now I can take a breath because I've ticked all the boxes that Ben tells me I need to tick when I do these videos. All that's left to say now is thank you so much for joining me on this, what does Ben call it? Something Wednesday. Anyway, it's some sort of alliteration. I appreciate each and every single one of you beautiful humans. Thank you, members. And also, if you have added anything to our wish list to suggest to us the things that we should buy, or if you were one of those beautiful people who actually bought us things and had them sent to us, thank you a million times over. We've done an unboxing video that will be coming up on our More Lainey and Ben channel probably this week. You can see us open them and see how grateful we are, and see what cool equipment that we've now been equipped with for our next paranormal investigation. If you're interested in that wish list, that will also be linked in the description below. It's not for you to buy us anything, it's for you to add things to the list, a collaboration, so that we can all see the things that might be useful for us to get to go on our investigations or do our investigations in our home. I have spoken for long enough. You are my people. I love you all so much. And until next time, I will spook to you later. Peace. Ding.